Season. Patrick-Healey-Jr. trying to get his first PBA win. Parker-Bohn-III trying to get another one, plus PBA Player of the Year, which he won in 1999, and he has said since then he wants to win his second.
Brian Voss likes Johnny Bravo, and Jason Couch says this is Johnny Horseshoe.
That's exactly right.
Hello.
Talk about a player like Parker-Bohn-III, the killer instinct. When you have a chance to do something that he's about to do right now, he gets the look in his eye that nothing distracts him.
Well, you know, to me, Parker-Bohn's a lot like Dick Weber. You know, he's the nicest guy you'll ever meet off the lanes, and really doesn't show, you know, a lot of emotion. None of that facial stuff, in your face stuff when he's bowling. But inside, he's just like Dick Weber. He'll rip your heart out and show it to you.
Already at a ball change. And he goes Brooklyn again. Now, he looked confused to us on lanes 3 and 4.
He's completely lost on lane 4, and he's got lane 3 wired in. And, you know, we saw this in another tournament where Patrick-Healey needed a mark or two coming down the stretch. I believe it was in Nashville. Needs a couple marks, 8th, 9th, and 10th frame. Completely lost the right lane.
Well, he was perfect in the left lane in match number 1. Of course, defeated Robert Smith, 263, 224 in match number 1.
See, and I think the adjustment Patrick-Healey needs to make is faster, stronger speed. And when we talked to him last night, he said that's the hardest thing for him to do.
Once again, this is the battle at Little Creek. We are inside the Jane P. Batten Center on the campus of Virginia Wesleyan in Virginia Beach, Virginia, along with Leslie Goodell, Randy Peterson. I'm Ron Thulin. Semifinals are all complete. We are in the finals. Parker-Bohn-III, Patrick-Healey Jr.
Patrick-Healey's in a real scary place right now, going up against Parker-Bohn-III, who's obviously wired in, and Patrick has lost his ball reaction.
Look out.
Again, you know, I talked to Patrick last night. He says during the break, he's going to go home and work on throwing the ball faster. He said that he's pretty much maxed out with ball speed right now, and if he tried to throw it any harder, he'd throw it all over the lane.
You know, one thing he was working on last night, he told us he wanted to block out the emotions of bowling Robert Smith and block out the fact that he might play Parker-Bohn-III. Concentration was at its utmost. Great ball reaction. Well, tonight, exclusive first-round coverage of the NCAA Women's College Basketball Tournament continues. 3 games, 7, 9, and 11 Eastern on ESPN2. Of course, Notre Dame will take on Tennessee. Pat Summit doing a great job. Jody Conrad's Lady Longhorns of Tennessee against UCSB, and Sue Gunner from LSU also playing tonight.
And don't kid yourself, Parker-Bohn realizes the reaction that Patrick-Healey has, and he's going to be, excuse me, he's going to be all over him like a bulldog on a pork chop.
With him tonight. Need to go billfold hunting with him.
That ball was so flush that it almost left a solid 8-pin. Ball creating a vortex going through the pins. 8-pin the last to fall. He's wired in, and one thing Parker-Bohn does probably better than anyone on tour is repeat shots.
That's the key. Goals this year for Patrick-Healey. Wanted to make the Japan Cup, which he has. Wanted to cash in every tournament. Did every one but 2. His number 1 goal is to win a tournament.
Big change there. Looked like he moved in and circled it a little bit more on that right lane.
Figure that out.
That was almost 6 boards left. 13th board at the arrows, all the way out to the second. It's a nice break. Coming in just a little bit like it's the blower.
Strike cut the lead to 10. Beat Doug Kenner the first round. Norm Duke in round 2. Steve Wilson yesterday. Speaking of Norm Duke, congratulations on the ABC Hall of Fame.
Just a matter of time for Norm to get in that Hall of Fame. Wow, that ball's hanging. That ball was hanging on the edge, and that's trust. You know, they used to say trust is a must or your game's a bust. Well, that's really taking it to the limit.
That's good. It's I could write that down.
That's an oldie. Yeah, I wasn't going to use it, but
go ahead.
The right lane for Patrick-Healey is about the 12th, 13th board. The left lane, 5th board. That's at the arrows. But remember, when you're projecting the ball to the right, that's why it's getting all the way out to the 1st and 2nd board.
Wow. Look out. Teetering also.
Look out. Here comes the Parker-Bohn smoke wagon. Front 4. You know, the only thing we haven't had in this exciting new season for the PBA is a 300
on TV.
Tell you what, if anybody can do it, this man can.
Talk about wired in 6 consecutive years. He has won at least 2 titles, 9 consecutive years, plus 100. Gary Beck's done a great job this year from Killer Bee Promotions, our tournament promoter. Gary, thanks for taking care of us this week. Wonderful job as usual. Hospitality, A+. Don't forget Parker-Bohn-III 300 in the Masters on TV back in 1998.
He's been there before, and he knows how to do it. The one thing that's very interesting, though, in all the accomplishments for Parker-Bohn-III, he has never won an arena finals.
Good point. And this is an arena finals. By the way, it's a great atmosphere. Down by 30. Patrick-Healey-Jr. working on a double.
You really get a sense of the PBA taking it to another level where you're bowling on lanes that the general public can't come in and bowl on. The only people that have bowled on these lanes all week long are professionals.
Well, I know his stepson Victor in Mexico City is on the edge of his seat.
Not in this lane.
Well, we talked about how he was struggling in lane 4.
Try to play the big sweeping hook on the right lane. If he gets it too far to the right, too quick, it either goes in the channel or it overhooks. So his projection through the front part of the lane has to be perfect.
Oh, well.
You know, one thing Patrick has really worked on, he really got back to learning how to come around on the ball again. He said he's opened up his shoulder, he's opened up his hips a little bit.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. That's a great line.
Open his shoulders, opening his hips. That helps project the ball to the right.
There is Teresa, his lovely wife, in the crowd, who's an accomplished bowler in her own right.
Well, now it looks like he's having a little trouble in the left lane, which was the better of the 2 lanes for Patrick. And when that's the case, you know, especially against the Parker-Bohn-III, you're going to have a lot of trouble. It's going to be a long game.
Typical lane 3 reaction.
Picks up the spare, 2 spares in a row, 3 for the game. Parker-Bohn now plus 32. A strike.